keep pushing forward. No time for moving backwards. Life ain't waiting for no one. Enemies aiming at us. Picture me losing ground. It's hard to picture that. Picture me losing now. Can't even picture that. Picture the rise. Throw your hands to the sky. If you feeling the vibe, changing the tide. Now we still in they shine. They label us criminal minded. We keep on grinding. Mountains we climbing. Realest alive. This is the fine print. Choke on my fashion. They need a highlight. Niggas gon' bump it. Ladies rewind it.
What up, YouTube? This your boy Download back with another requested review. And this one is to RetroLife music. Laugh Forever, Fuck Cry. Now this is pretty much a compilation mixtape, man. And I got to tell you guys to jump off, man. Compilation mixtapes really don't work. Especially when you got about 10 members in the group, man. The reason being is because everyone is on their own different levels. And with that in mind, one bad verse on a good song can completely ruin it, therefore making a bunch of tracks that could have been good otherwise not very. Now off this mixtape, there were 3 tracks on here that I can kinda get with, but got shit just holding them back. Like that Takeoff was pretty damn good, man. It's just that hook really held that one back. I like that Eddie Murphy, man, because the chemistry that the artists are showing on there. Also, I like the concept and some of the punchlines on there were decent. But the things about that track is, man, the beat wasn't that good. And then as the song progressed, you guys lost track of the concept and just started going on to just random punchlines. And that's really just a sign of being impatient and rushing through a track, man. Whenever you start up a concept, you got to finish that concept on that track. And the last song that I liked on here happens to be the best song on here, that Bombs on the Capitol, in which that was just a A11 solo joint, man, in which that was pretty fucking dope. Now you guys want me to go through and individually critique each person, and that's pretty damn difficult. Especially when you take into consideration that a lot of you guys only have one verse on this whole mixtape, man. Like my critiques are usually for full mixtapes per individual of material in order to determine the value of that one artist. But I will tell you what I see with the limited amount of material that I have here. Like Scotty flows, man, you need to work on your lyrics and your flow. Naya Janae is pretty much the vocalist of the team, man, and you definitely got to work on them vocals, man. Now Moni the Vixen, you showed me something there. On that track, Ride or Die, you definitely showed up, but you could have showed up more on other tracks too. Therefore, you need to work on your consistency. Cole, Chief Supreme, Duke G-Moore, Money Mazzy, Lady Dane. All of you need to work on your basics of lyrics and flow in order to progress. Now A1 and RL Wild Boy, you guys are the most solid of the whole team. Like that Bombs Over the Capitol definitely showed me something there. And on that track MP, you definitely showed me something there, RL Wild Boy. Therefore, you need to work on your consistency to make sure every track you do something like that. And Trey the Fool, man, you definitely need to work on your delivery and your lyrics. Now let me break down what each of these actually mean. In order to become good with lyrics, man, there's 2 stages. First, you got to expand your knowledge. Second, you got to practice like hell. Now to expand your knowledge, man, you got to understand the tools that you got to expand your skills. And these tools are your metaphors, your wordplay, and your vocab. Once you understand these things, man, then you practice these motherfuckers like crazy. And when you practice them like crazy, the better your punchlines will become. Now to get better at your flows, man, first you got to understand when you first write your songs, that is not your final draft, man. You got to go back and edit that shit. First, you gotta start taking out syllables and words that are not needed, that's knocking you off beat. Once you get the verse precisely like you want to get it, then you memorize that shit. Once it's fully memorized, then you should be able to hop in that booth and record it in one take. If you can't do that, you didn't memorize it correctly. Now, consistency, man, is being at your best on every fucking track. Now, track-wise, how you do this, man, is you record a lot of tracks and you release only the best tracks. But when you're talking about just playing verses like you guys got on here, you gotta do pretty much what Nas does, in which he makes about 4 or 5 verses per feature. And a lot of times he'll go back and re-record his shit in order to get it right. So you write about 4 or 5 verses and then you select the best one and use that one to go forward. Your delivery got to be unique to you. There's nothing anybody can actually tell you on how to fix your shit. It really goes back to flow, man. Once you got your shit memorized, then you can begin to say them the way you want to say them and spit them in a way that's completely unique to you. And lastly, vocals is something that you got to work really hard on, man. Like, a lot of people in the industry get vocal coaches no matter how big they are. That's something that's going to take you years to develop. Now, overall, the mixtape was a decent listen, man. I definitely recommend people to go ahead and peep it out. But I definitely want all of you guys to focus on your solo careers as well. Because anything can happen with a group, and that won't be in your control. Like, a lot of groups just fall apart. A lot of people within groups really don't want it as bad as the others. While you guys can directly affect your solo careers and also progress solo-wise as well. Like, it's okay to come together as a label to put some shit out there, but you guys individually have a lot of growth to go as well. But everybody, peep them out, man. The link to the mixtape is in the description.